The other exercise we're going to do within the regeneration, and I've used this for a number of years as a cool down. Now, I'm not a yoga teacher, and I don't propose to be, but the series of exercises that you go through that are similar to the sun salutation, I find really useful, especially as a cool down and a way to get that flow of movement through your body and get those big body parts to move. So I'm looking at it from that perspective. Don't look at me as being part of a yoga teacher, because I'm not that at all. But it's really useful exercise. So I'll get people to then feet together, hands together, shoulders back and down, get that spread, open up, feel the shoulders opening up, coming back up from there. Get that stretch from the rib cage first before you extend up, and go back and get that stretch. And then from there, opening up, getting the shoulder blades back, because the shoulder blades are part of stabilizing the upper part of the back, and then folding into the knees, and then getting that extension through the legs, but keeping that extension in the back. And then lowering yourself down towards the floor, stepping back with the right foot, putting the knee on the floor, and then putting the weight into that front foot. So you get that stretch through the ankle and through the Achilles. And you may want to spend a bit of time in there just to get that stretch. And then from there, stepping back into what's called the down dog position. From here, keep the emphasis for the athletes that I work with, because they tend to be stiff in their upper back, or their lower back, is to keep the knees flexed and push the hands into the floor and push those hips up towards the ceiling. And feel about lengthening away from the floor and from the hands. And then from there, coming forward into that press-up position, going past the hands. Now, on this move, I don't really want to drop the pelvis too much, because I don't want to stress the lower back. What I'm looking for from here is opening up the chest and getting extension, not rocking the head back. I want to keep the ears in line with the shoulders and just get that lengthening from there. Sitting back, keeping the toes tucked underneath me. I'm going to sit back into that child's pose, then putting the elbows in the floor and using the hips to go past the elbows into the hands, but keeping the chest off the floor until I rest then the hips down, and then just coming up into that back extension. From there, coming back onto my toes. Now, I'm going to do some ankle walks. So with the knees bent, I'm going to lower the heels down. And if I straighten the leg, I'm just going to change the way I feel that stretch within the calf. Then stepping through, getting the hand through from there, reaching up and turning back, getting that rotation, then taking that hand through, reaching through the arm, getting that stretch through the back. And again, as many as you feel you need to do to feel the benefits of doing that. Sitting back on the foot, grabbing hold of the toe, and just stretching out from there. Coming forward, bring the elbow down into the side, into that Spider-Man stretch. And then from there, stepping up, bringing the feet together, leading with the shoulders, coming up and back into it. So that's the moves. I'll do that again from the side. So I like to get the feel of the shoulders back and down, bringing the arms back, feeling that shoulder blades back and down, then leading up, reaching with the ribs, coming back, getting that stretch into that T shape, lengthening out through the hands, folding down into the knees, lengthening out through the back of the legs, getting that stretch, but keeping that flat back, down to the floor, stepping back with the other foot, bring the knee down, getting that stretch into the ankle, stepping back, pushing back through the hands into the hips, and then I might do those ankle walks, heels down, or with the legs straight, get a stretch further up the calf, come forward into that plank position, go past the hands, shoulders back, keep the head in line, open up the chest, back onto the knees, stretch away from the hands, create that lengthening. It's quite nice also then just to do a little turn and stretch from side to side. Get the elbows down, shoot past the elbows into the hands, shoulders back and down, hips down, up, Get that back extension, toes, pushing back up, a few more ankle walks, step through, getting close to that leg, reach up towards the ceiling, and then reach through the arm. Back leg straight. Still into the back leg, stretch out and through. Come forward, elbow down inside. Feel that stretch inside the hip. Step through. Lead with the shoulders. Come back in and back down. So I think it's a great sequence of movements. And again, don't judge me on my yoga, but judge as an exercise that you can do. You may already be familiar with. You may have a set that you practice yourself already, and that is the one you benefit from. Remember, this is you learning about yourself and finding things that you find useful. But as part of the regeneration set, I would put that in there with the regeneration set and get your body to move through those different directions and through those muscle groups.